Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Denis Prandestender. I am from group 10. Here I will explain about our materials. I will explain the first material. Okay, let's go into the second slide. Okay, here a concept is a set of specific objects, symbols, or events which are grouped together on the basis of shared characteristics and which can be referenced by a particular name or symbol, according to Merrill and Tennyson's 1997, page 3. Okay, next slide. On this slide, you can see examples of concepts include the following: computer, house, adverb, theory, high Q, profit, cartoon, forehand, serve, triangles, prime number, blue, reptile. It's the examples on the left side, and on the right side there are impressionism, Cold War, igneous, hunter-gatherer, norm, pulley, scapegoat, bull market, bird, tax sheltered, annuity, solid, cumulus, cloud. Okay, and the next slide. In this slide, remember that there are two distinctly different kinds of concept. First one is concrete concept, and second one is abstract concept. Concrete concepts are known by their physical characteristics, which may be discerned by any of the sense sight, smell, taste, touch, of hearing. In the preceding list, computer, house, cartoon, forehand serve, triangle, blue, reptile, igneous, pulley, bird, solid, and cumulus cloud are most known by their physically perceivable characteristics. So they are concrete concepts. Ideas such as profit, haiku, norm, bull market, and tax sheltered annuity are not perceivable by their appearance. Indeed, some of them, such as bull market, have no appearance. They are abstract concepts, sometimes called defined concepts. Members of this category are known only as they fit a particular definitions. Some of the above examples might fall into either category, concrete or abstract, depending upon the level of sophistication of the learners. For example, for a primary school child, a computer is a concrete, physical perceivable object. However, a college student knows that some television sets, dishwasher, and cash registers may also be considered to be computers because they have the built-in capability of chasing information digitally. Okay, next slide. Concept learning is also not the applications of a principle that contains that concepts. For example, learning the concept, the cumulative property of additions, would involve recognizing its applications. Okay, next slide. Another classifications of concept has been provided by Klaus Meyer, 1992. In this system, concepts are described in terms of increasing depth of processing. There are four types. The first two types are concrete and identity, refer to the process of discriminations that is part of concept learning. The third classificatory represents being able to recognize previously unencountered examples and non-examples of the concept, but having limited ability to describe the reasons why one is an example and another one is not. And the fourth type, or the last type, is formal represents concept learning. As we approach it here, and its attainment requires experience that are consistent with what we prescribe for instructional conditions. When concept learning has attained a formal level, an individual can identify examples and non-examples, as well as name the concept and its defining attributes, provide definitions of concept, and specify critical attributes of the concept, even those that differentiate it from closely related concept. Okay, next slide. The essential conditions in a concept lessons are the features that promote generalizations and discriminations and reduce over and under generalizations, although the most critical features of a concept lessons lie in the events within the body of the lessons. We will describe important features within each of the four main components of the lessons. You will notice that we do not list each of the expanded events in the order in which we first introduce them. These variations further underscores the notions that the order of these instructional events may vary with the learning task, learner, and context. Next slide. So here are two general strategies of concept instructions. First is generative strategy and another one is inquiry strategy. Generative strategy is a term and inquiry approach. It is contrasted to a more typically supplantive strategy called expository approach. Neither approach is particularly better than the other, but one may be more appropriate than the other depending upon the context, the learners and learning tasks. An inquiry strategy is often referred to as an exploratory strategy or a discovery approach. An inquiry strategy presents examples and non-examples of the concept and prompts the learner to introduce or discover the concepts. And next slide. According to Joyce and Wales, 1986, concept attainment model is an example of an inquiry approach to teaching concept. In this strategy, learners are presented with a group of matched examples and non-examples in verbal, auditory, or visual form. The examples are labeled with the word yes, and the non-examples are labeled with the word no. So I think enough for my explanations, and for the next explanations will be continued by Denis Sadewa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.